Hello everybody, this is Burgback coming to you with another Starcraft 2 commentary. Today's matchup, we will have LiquidRet spawning as the blue Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner, and his opponent, none other than viOLet, spawning as the red Protoss in the bottom right-hand corner. And viOLet just being picked up by Empire just a little bit ago, and him being able to have a little bit of a winning streak this year so far in 2012. He's gone on, starting with Home Story Cup, going, fourth place there, and then ever since then, we've had first place finishes for him. Winning the XMG Gaming Insight Cup, CSN Rundown 7, 8, and 9, and also the IEM Season 6 Global Challenge in Sao Paulo, being able to win first there as well against Supernova, winning $6,500 in winnings. And that's just great, so it really goes to show, even if he didn't have a team, which he didn't at the point in 2012 here, and even in 2011, looking at his past exploits, it's just amazing to see. And I all urge you to go check out his winnings and things like that. I mean, he's basically been an not undefeated, but he's been, winning so much ever since he started really coming into the scene at the end of 2011. He only really started winning things the beginning of December, and has really shown how good of a player he is. And of course, Ret, this is where I've gotten the replays for Ret today. LiquidRet has them posted on Team Liquid Pro. And I'd like to thank Team Liquid for posting these replays that I'm going to be showing on my channel in the next couple days. I plan on recording. I have a lot of free time today. I'm going to record them as much as I can, and finding out where Red is here. So again, I'm going to try and post as many of these as possible. I really hope to get them on my channel. I know I haven't posted in a while. And again, like I say, I've got a 4-year-old. He kind of keeps my time, and he's a lot more important than this. No offense, guys. I know that sounds kind of mean, but family comes first, and when I have time, I have time, and I just want to show you these games. So here we go. We're going to be getting into the meat of this hopefully very soon. We do have some Zerglings coming out for Ret. Ret, of course, a great Zerg player, and he's starting to sniff out. He knows where his opponent is right away. Look at this. He's gone up here, hasn't seen anything. He knows that viOLet is up in this area, and of course this cannon going to be deterring Ret from even thinking about going up, and viOLet closing the gaps here a little bit in his base with a gateway, going to start getting ready to build some units. And up here we do, of course, have a probe just kind of sitting pretty, and it looks like the probe that was up here had been taken care of by Ret, as viOLet going to be having to find a spot to go. And of course, this little Zergling going out to scout, going to see if there's any more. And he knows Protoss tricks. Ret's very good at this. He knows Protoss tricks. He'll know if to put a Zergling here just to make sure there's no kind of. And you see how Ret is just kind of sending this Zergling on a patrol path just to try and find this little guy here. And of course, viOLet doing a really good job of being able to hide that probe. Cybernetics Core coming down. We do see a Zealot coming out, of course, just to block off this little hole that viOLet has inside of his wall. And again, you're going to see this a lot on a map like this, just guarding this expand because it's easy to defend with that choke, making sure not to get inside this base. But of course, Ret, I can fly in here, as you see from this Overlord coming in just to see what's going on inside the main base of viOLet. Of course, not much is happening here. We just have a pylon going down, the main part of his army right now coming here, as viOLet decides to start sending out his Zealot, building another Zealot. Cybernetics Core now done. Won't be surprised if we start seeing that Warp Gate technology come through as soon as he has enough. Yep, there we go. As soon as he has enough gas to handle that. And again, Ret just kind of sending out his Overlords, just getting enough vision of the playing field, and of course controlling this tower, as viOLet controlling this Xel'Naga tower. And it looks like Ret also looking to expand again as a Zerg player. You really want to have as many expands as possible. Of course, any player wants to have it, but it's a little bit more pertinent to the Zerg player to have as many expands and be able to expand faster than his opponent. And of course, viOLet had this expand a little faster than Ret had this expansion. So that's kind of interesting that viOLet would be able to expand before a Zerg player. And again, we're now going with more Zealots. We only have one One gateway here, but we are starting to hide the gateways in the back of the field here. Getting ready to build up his army. The metabolic boost, of course, being made here by Rhett finally. As he's finally starting to get gas. He didn't really have gas going here, except for just a little while ago. The Roach Warren coming up, so it looks like going for more of a ground-heavy army here early on, as we do have the Zealot up here getting ready to move away from these Zerglings. Zerglings now taking control of the tower, going to see what, if anything, is around, and decide to start going after viOLet's Zealot. And, of course, this probe up here making a pylon that's going to be really well placed, going to be able to reinforce army here right away if he needs to, as long as Rhett doesn't find that out. But of course it looks like Rhett is going to be seeing that. He sees it right there. Oh, that's not going to be good for viOLet, as you saw the blue rectile come up here onto that pylon. And it looks like viOLet just saying, you know what? I think we're going to get attacked, so it's time to go in and just kind of do what we do and send the Zealots in, you know, for IR. Go in and attack that hatchery. That hatchery going down, and oh, it looks like viOLet does see that now, but these roaches coming in here, and they're going to be able to defend that from viOLet. viOLet saying, okay, we're going to run out, and Zealots being warped in up here from that pylon, taking out those Zealots. Or Zealots, Zerglings. The Zealots taking out the Zealots, but viOLet's pylon's still active here, as it looks like viOLet now running away, and we might be seeing this pylon go down very soon as we see roaches and Zerglings starting to come up and get ready to attack. But these roaches starting to run away. Gonna warp in a couple more Zealots. Zealots probably gonna clean this up very easily and be able to defend this pylon yet again. Bringing up more Zealots here as viOLet starts coming up the tower, and Roach is coming in to reinforce those Zerglings that just got taken down. And it looks like viOLet is going to be running away, and these Roaches going to be able to maybe take that out. We do have a Tal'Darim Council out and a Dark Shrine coming out as well, with 2 more gateways coming for viOLet. As we look back up here into the north, we have a nice little attack here between Rhett and viOLet. Of course, viOLet knowing he's not going to be able to make it, so he decides to run away. We do have some DTs now coming out, and will we be seeing this expand get taken out? I'm not sure. We have a Spore Crawler here that will be able, of course, to see what's going on. That'd be probably the primary focus. A Queen coming up very sluggishly, and the Spore Crawler is going to be taken down, and Dark Templar is coming in for the advance, taking out that Queen, and we might be seeing this expand getting taken out unless we have some kind of vision coming in here, which we don't yet. We don't have any. Oh, here we go. The Overseer's now starting to come in, seeing these DTs doing a nice amount of damage here to the hatchery, but of course not going down, and we are taking out a bunch of roaches, and it looks like the drones are coming in to help with that roach. Roach not going down. Really well played there by Rhett, being able to defend that, being able to hold that off. And Blink coming up with more DTs being morphed in. viOLet should be, yeah, here we go. viOLet is going to be going for an expand now. He needs to catch up to his competitor. Going for the far expand, that's kind of interesting, of course. It's something that Rhett would not be looking for right away. Rhett would probably be looking here where these destructible rocks are. DT now coming up, being warped in up there. And starting to come around and see what he can find. But of course, being found out by that Spore Crawler, we do have, of course, this pylon here. Not really much to be done. And it looks like viOLet was looking to get in there and just get the high ground and warp in a few units, be able to surprise him. And Rhett coming in now with some Zerglings, going to be coming in the ramp before his expand, and coming in just to kind of see if there's an expand here. Of course, Rhett not seeing expand, he's going to be going, I wonder if viOLet does have an expand, and I wonder if he's going to be coming up here to check it out. That will be the one thing for Rhett to do, to see if there is an expand, and of course sending out his Overseers just to kind of get a good lay of the land here. And Rhett just in a very good spot right now. He's ahead on expands. This expand definitely not done. Going for the pathogen gland, so we're going to be seeing some play. Oh, we're seeing the probes go on. I'm not sure if Rhett noticed that or not. Oh, did Rhett notice that? He did not notice that at all. That is surprising. He didn't see the long trail of red going for his base. Of course, we do have the Zergling here getting ready to kind of scout if an expansion is going this way. All these Stalkers coming in. That's going to be a death sentence for Rhett Zergling as we go in here. And going to be going for this expand. So again, now we're going for a 4th base, and he's going to be going to try to go a little further down the playing field than Rhett is right now, going for that 4th expand, of course. And we see this Zealot going to be taken out, going to take a few Zerglings with him, as 4 kills already as he was taken down. Rhett, of course, controlling this tower, and looks like a pylon going down out here in the center field here, just probably to get a little bit more of a know-how of saying, okay, you know what, we got things coming into this expand. He just wants a little bit of a knowledge here, and of course to see if anything's going to be coming up this back ramp as well. And again, another pylon right there before the expand. And Rhett doing a great job spreading the creep here. We're going to see if he keeps spreading it, as we have the infestors now coming out. We do have infestors out, and we're at level 2 ground carapace and level 1 soon. Soon. We're developing that right now as we start going on here. And of course, this creep, very important to Rhett's army, going to be able to go out here and spread that a little bit just to get it out and about. And Zerglings Ho, here we go with a bunch of roaches as well. I wish I could zoom out a little bit more just to get this in all of its entirety. Oh my goodness, Stalkers coming up as we do a little bit of friendly fire there. Not friendly fire, but we go up and have a little bit of scouting here. But all the Zerg army, and we do have the infestors coming up as well. Of course, they're going to be spotted by not a whole lot yet, but we do have, taking out that Overseer and going for that Infestor. Fungal growth coming down on a couple of these units, but that's not too bad. We do have these roaches going down, as well as Rhett's army starting to come up into the expansion. Of course, this expand is not built yet, much to Rhett's dismay, as we now have a bunch, fungal growth coming down and infested Terrans coming down as well. We do not have any Colossi out yet. I do not believe we are having the extended thermal lance being developed, but we have a great use of force fields here, forcing Rhett back and forcing just these infested Terrans to get killed, as viOLet starting to really bring in his army here. 128 to 200 though. viOLet is in a very huge deficit of units, as Rhett just a 200 army. But of course, bringing in the Dark Templars from behind to clean up a little bit. This might be the defining factor here, as going after those maybe infestors and being forced back into his expand. viOLet is forced back into his expand, bringing in some units here, trying to close out that gap. But these infestors being able to burrow right underneath there, bringing in some infested Terrans. And it looks like we're trying to get out of there. The infestors pulling back, bringing in what he can, and it looks like Rhett forced to pull back. Oh my goodness, that 122 to 198 army, as Rhett, of course, attacking, building up another expand. And it looks like viOLet being forced back, of course, because this Overseer here going to try and take out a few pylons while he can as well. For Rhett here, just to kind of even it out, the 126 to 200 army. viOLet's really going to have to pull through here. Colossus now out with that extended thermal lance just about finished, and we have another Colossi out as well. And it looks like building another Cybernetics core, because he cannot build any Stalkers. Oh my goodness, as we're trying to block this out. And the adrenal glands also being made for the Zerglings, so we're already getting to that point in the game here. viOLet bringing in some more Stalkers now that that other Cybernetics core is down. He's just building another one just in case this one goes down. And it looks like viOLet pushed back into his main base. Oh my goodness, roaches coming in. Will viOLet be able to hold this off? Bringing in a bunch of probes, bringing those probes off his mineral line just to take care of these roaches. And roaches going down, forced to pull back, and we're going to be seeing the tides possibly turning. 109 to 144, being able to pull that off. viOLet doing a great job of defending, but of course, Corruptors starting to come into play here to counter these Colossi. And it looks like a probe just going to in here to sacrifice himself just to get a little bit of view into the front of the arena here. Of course, not being able to get too far. But, viOLet doing a really good job there of defending that base attack. Rhett's probably like, oh my gosh, this didn't work. What are we supposed to do? And, of course, he could have easily gone after something like this first, taking out viOLet's economy. But, again, I don't think he's seen that. Yeah, he has not seen that expansion at all. And Zerg Ground Carapace 3 coming up, and level 2 melee attack coming in for LiquidRet, as Rhett getting ready to go up for another attack here. Again, at 190 to 150. viOLet maxed out right now, not over 150, going for 4 more pylons here. He definitely wants to go in for that. DT's coming in, and it looks like Rhett now knows about this expand up in the north area. And again, searching up here just to make sure there's no expand up here as well. But it looks like Rhett now hot on this, going, you know what, we're going to attack this expand. We're going to go for it, guys. As these Dark Templars now coming up, and you know what, they decide to pull back. Zergling's pulling back as viOLet now putting in more probes into that expand. Oh my goodness, big attack coming up here. We got some infested Terrans coming up, but it looks like all those infestors getting taken out right away. Overseer getting taken out as well, so it's just down to Stalkers, a bunch of Roaches and a bunch of Corruptors, and two Colossi going down here, as it looks like the Stalker's going to be able to clean this up, being able to just blink in and take out those Corruptors. And viOLet, of course, not macroing at all, not building anything. His money a little low, but he's going to be trying to come back there. And it looks like we got a pylon. Oh, we got a Warp Prism coming in here with some Zealots coming in, taking that out. I totally missed that drop. I apologize, guys. With some DTs. DTs coming in here while he was out thinking about that. And Stalkers coming in here as well, blinking away from those Roaches. And, of course, Roaches not going to be able to hit that at all. As we look up into the top here, Roaches trying to defend, but all these Stalkers. viOLet turning the tides here, 140 to 143, and just being able to pull whatever he can. I mean, look at this. This is a crazy amount. You know, this DT drop over here really helped being able to take out that expand. And again, I apologize for missing that. I'm probably going to get blasted for that in my comments. But the GG coming from Rhett, so wow, really viOLet being able to pull a Warp Prism out here. And I think I saw a Warp Prism down here a little bit ago, but I think it got blocked out because we would have seen a little bit more action from that. But again, that drop right here, bringing it in, bringing in those DTs, not defending at all because, of course, Rhett having all of those units up here. viOLet doing a great job of making sure nothing was happening there. And, you know, being able to push back, and Rhett just not being able to do anything about it. So really good game by viOLet, really being able to pull back. And now you see why viOLet wins a lot of tournaments. You know, it looked like he was down and out right here, you know, getting pushed back into his main base. Roach is almost at the death knell here, being able to take him out. But, you know, viOLet just being able to compensate, bring out his probes, surround those guys, those Roaches, and just being able to take them out. And being able just to push right away, being able to bring out some Stalkers, you know, just to do what he can. And, of course, while that was happening, just be able to bring in some DTs and take out and expand. Rhett just was not able to compensate for that. So really well played, viOLet. And like I said, I have a couple more rec games that I'll be able to put on my channel, and we'll see if I can get them up very soon. So I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.